Hey, so I haven't posted anything in like, I don't know, I think 6 or 7 months, and for a little while I was like, well, what's the point anymore, because it's been so long. Um, I think in my last video I talked about St. Baldrick's, and I said that I was going to put up a video of me shaving my head on stage with everybody, and my husband, he recorded it, but the quality of that video is not very good. That was October 5th, and since then my hair has grown in quite a bit. I ended up raising like $449. I was on a team with one other person, and she raised $500, so it was like nearly $1,000 that we raised for St. Baldrick's. I also wanted to update, which I said that I wasn't really going to talk about it unless there's been some real changes. Anyway, my last medication that I was on was called, Risperdal, and, I started off, let's see, hold on one second. It was a pretty low dose. I started off 1 milligram twice a day, and, I was getting some really weird side effects after a couple months. Like night sweats and weight gain, and sorry for the TMI, but just in case someone wants to know about this kind of medication and how it affects some people, one of my boobs was like growing larger than the other, and I couldn't sleep, and I was getting really weird dreams, and I was really irritable, and I think that was it. So I talked to my doctor, and I told him about these side effects, and I told him that I didn't want to be on it anymore, and he doubled my dose. He said that me being on more medication, like sometimes these side effects, like, show that you need more, which I kind of thought was bullshit, but he doubled my dose, so I was taking 2 1 milligram tablets in the morning, and then 2 1 milligram tablets before bed. And I had a list, and I don't know what I did with the list, but my side effects from that were uncontrollable appetite. I was eating a lot. It was well, I actually wasn't eating that much, but it was really hard to, like, have portion control, and it was just a lot more difficult for me to, like, maintain my diet and how I eat and stuff. So my weight did fluctuate, but for the most part, I gained nearly 10 pounds. I think like 8. Also, a huge side effect, I had secretion from my breasts, and that was pretty surprising and concerning, and then I, like, looked up a whole bunch of stuff, and I guess that's not a super common side effect, but, it is a side effect that happens to people, often men will have that side effect. I also have no sex drive, and that's extremely unfortunate. So I was doing this doubled dose for a few months, and, I ended up getting off of it. I talked to a different doctor. I requested a different doctor after, being really dissatisfied with this guy, and, I spoke with someone else, and, well, first off, I quit taking my medication without talking to anybody, because whenever I suggested somebody else, they put me, I'm not on a waiting list, but I guess a waiting list. Like, I had to wait for that person to contact me, and it took her forever. So anyway, I was on that for, the increased dose for a while, and then I just quit taking my medication, which honestly, I do not suggest to anyone. Do not ever just completely stop taking your medication. If you cannot see your doctor, then you need to wean yourself off, because I didn't tell her this at my last visit, but I wanted to fucking die. Which I don't want to say isn't new, but it's a passing thought with my history of depression. I'm not suicidal, but, you know, I don't know. We don't have to get into that. But yeah, it was just really weird. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. The only term that sounds similar to describe it is ego death. Whenever I had stopped taking it, and it wasn't a positive thing either. Whenever I stopped taking it, it was like I didn't know who I was anymore. Like, obviously I know who I am, but I didn't know what I was into. And I didn't know things that I liked. I've always been fairly artistic, and I just, like, didn't have a calling for that anymore, and, I don't know, music didn't mean anything to me, and makeup didn't mean anything to me, fashion didn't mean anything to me. I just didn't give a fuck. I didn't care. I didn't know what I liked. So that kind of like became a little bit of a problem whenever Christmas came around, and my in-laws were like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what I like or anything. But anyway, that has been a bit of a struggle, and I feel like I'm just starting to get back to normal. Being on all these medications for so long, I think it's like kind of messed me up. So yeah, anyway, I saw my doctor and I told her that I wasn't taking the medication anymore, and she asked me how I was doing, and I didn't tell her that I had such a hard time whenever I first stopped taking it, because I didn't want her to suggest me being on something else. I did tell her, which I have not been on it for months. I still have not been on it for months, and I don't have a sex drive, and that really, really, really sucks. So I did tell her that it is kind of like putting a strain on my marriage, because, like, I mean, yeah. So, that was a really big side effect of Risperdal. That and the breast secretion. So it's not really something that I would suggest other people to try, but that's just my experience. Like, other people probably experience way different side effects than I did, but it did not agree with me at all. And whenever I was talking to this other doctor, this female doctor, I was telling her about all my problems. She did suggest a couple other medications, but I've just been switching through so many things. I'm just sick of it, which is kind of why I stopped taking my meds whenever I was a lot younger, because, like, they just switched me. And I know that there's a lot of stuff, but I'm just tired of trying to find the right thing. I'd really rather try and, like, work on my own emotional state without the use of medication. I also, not that I had a problem before, but I made the decision to stop drinking, and, I feel like that's helped a lot, because a lot of my manic episodes, they will come from drinking, or not even just my manic episodes. Sometimes I'll drink and I'll just be really sad, for a long time, like, well after I'm sober. So I felt like maybe that was, like, a trigger for my manic depression. I brought that up with her, and she felt like it was a good decision, and she said, I don't know, I guess she gave me an okay to, like, social drink, because, again, I didn't have a problem with drinking. I just felt like it was a trigger, so I decided not to drink at all. But even though she said that it would be okay, honestly, I want to stay away from drinking. I don't want to do anything. I just want to be sober. I don't want to be on all these other medications that I just switch back and forth to, and switching to other things, and just, I just want to be clear-headed. Also, I'm tired of being, like, not confident in myself, because I have been, and I'm not sure if you can tell in the videos or not, but I've just been, like, really uncomfortable with myself, and that's not new. That's something that I've struggled with for a long time, and I'm just sick of it. I really just want to be able to, like, put myself out there and accept other people's thoughts of me and move on, because not everybody has to like me, and not everybody has to agree with my thoughts, and I don't know. I really want to be comfortable. So, yeah. Trying to think of anything else that I want to talk about, because I have not uploaded a video in so long. Since I've always had a problem. This is going off topic again. But since, no, always. I've always had a problem with acne, like really, really bad. And, given my attire, my choice of attire, I don't want someone to mistake me as, like, a drug user. But, recently I've been trying some methods, to get rid of it. Like, for the past month, I've been doing chemical peels. Really just looks like it's making my face a lot more mad, but I'll try and figure it out. I don't know what else to talk about now, but I feel like it's just been so long. I took out all my piercings. I think I took out all my piercings like a week before I shaved my head. I was kind of still going through that phase of, like, not knowing who I am, and just, I felt like, kind of like I was going through a midlife crisis. But I do have this habit, even before I was going through that emotional state, I do have a habit of getting piercings and having them for a while and loving them, and then out of nowhere taking them out and then getting them back later. I guess I'm fickle. I don't know. I also used to change my hair a lot, but I haven't been able to really do anything with it for it being so short. Which, yeah, really, honestly, I enjoyed being bald. That was a lot of fun. I didn't take too many pictures because, like, emotionally, I just wasn't there. But I liked looking in the mirror and just seeing my scalp. And it felt really cool whenever I was in the car. You know how some people, like, will put your window down, or put their window down, and, like, your hair's just swinging everywhere and whipping you in the face and stuff? Well, it was really nice to, like, feel air on my face and feel air on my scalp and not, like, fight my hair. My husband doesn't really like it that much. He accepted it, and he shaved his head with me, even though he was really opposed to me, like, shaving in the first place. He was just happy that I chose to do it for a reason, which, if I wasn't shaving for St. Baldrick's, I would have eventually shaved my head anyway, because it was kind of on my bucket list. But, he decided to shave with me, like, he was more for it since I was doing it for a purpose. But, he said some things like my hair, he's not looking forward to it getting to that awkward mullet phase, and honestly, I cannot fucking wait. I cannot wait for the awkward mullet phase. I don't know. Just, like, I've just been in this slump for so long, and I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror and just, like, fucking laugh, because why not? But yeah, whenever I was bald, it was really cool, and I had a really smooth head. I was so, like, relieved, because I was a little nervous that I would have a lumpy head, and honestly, everyone's beautiful, even if they have a lumpy head. And I'm not trying to like say that you're not beautiful if you don't have a lumpy head, so please don't take it that way. I just didn't want a lumpy head, and I felt really lucky because I had no idea what was going to be under there, you know? I would have accepted it and loved it no matter what, because I had made the decision to do it for you know, ever. I've been wanting to do it for forever. I'm rambling so much. I haven't like put up a video in so long, and I really want to try and be confident, and I really want to like, I guess, put myself out there, because I don't know. And I'm not sure, going off topic again, I'm not sure if I mentioned before, but I was apprenticing to be a piercer, and I was piercing for about a year. That's also why I had easy access to like pierce myself. All those piercings that I did them myself, except for my vertical labret. I had that since I was like 17. It's still open. I've had it out for a year before, and I was able to like put my jewelry back in after that. It's just so old. That's also why it's always crooked, because it like migrated over time, because I would mess with it. But I'm not piercing anymore. I wanted to upload a video of me piercing myself, but I just didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't post it, so yeah. Even though I don't have the piercings anymore, if anyone's interested in seeing me pierce myself, it's not that great of a video, because like I just like propped my phone up and did it, you know? It was very hard to like get a good angle, because you're holding a tool and then you're piercing, and it's like how my hands are in front of my face like this. It was a lot like that. So you can't really see the actual penetration. but you can like see me holding the tool. You can see me like, you can see movement, and then I move the tool and there's a needle there, so you know that I did it. But if that's something anyone be interested in, let me know and I'll post it. I do think about getting my piercings back, but honestly, I think I'm gonna wait a while. I want my skin to be under more control, and if I end up doing all these chemical peels, I did chemical peels while I had the piercings, and it was really difficult to avoid all my piercings. So it has been a little bit easier not having them in my face. Almost 20 minutes now. Let's see. I guess that's it. I just wanted to give you guys a video, because it's been so long. I didn't know if anyone even cared, but yeah, I'm still around. I'm still okay. Everything's fine. I'm not medicated anymore. I'm trying my best to just like do good anyway. I'm trying to get back into working out, because I did gain weight while I was on all that medication, especially the last one, the Risperdal. So I'm trying to get back to a decent weight, which I'm not overweight. I'm like 135 right now, but I just want to get back to where I was before. I had trouble with my weight and weight control, so I want to maintain as well as I can. I started rambling again, but yeah. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna go. Alright, love you guys. Bye!